But you know, I'm really excited to be here sharing with you today about how to go from jitters, jumpiness, and what I call the heebie-jeebies to a passionate presenter. That's also going to be a topic at my live event in June called Learn to Speak Like a Pro, Speaking Mastery Retreat. And you can find out more by going to www.learntospeaklikeapro.net/event. You're going to find the link above. Have you ever felt like you have all this passion inside you to speak, but somehow you get derailed by what I call the heebie-jeebies whenever you're put on a spot to speak? It might be, for instance, if you're going for a job interview and you start the feelings, or maybe you're presenting a proposal to a board of directors, or it could be just any time that you're asked unexpectedly to stand up and to speak, or maybe even expectedly. You know, some people even get the jitters when they're doing a radio interview or they're doing a virtual event where there isn't even any real audience in front of them. I'm just wondering, how does that show up for you? I'm wondering if you get that churning feel in the pit of your stomach. That's what I used to get. Or a dry mouth, you know, that mwah. Or maybe you get that little twitching eyelid or shaking hands, whatever it might be. There are just so many symptoms that indicate that we have the jitters or jumpiness or heebie-jeebies. And of course, the bad news is that when that sensation takes over, it gets transmitted to your body. And then once it gets transmitted to your body, it shows up as body language, and that body language betrays you. And then rather than coming across as that passionate presenter that you know you can be, that you are, your body causes the listener to say, I don't think they have much confidence and not a lot of trust and credibility there, even if you are totally trustworthy. See, it's only when we really understand what's going on and have a way to combat it that we can align what we're saying physically with our body with what we're saying verbally with our mouth. And that's going to be critical for trust in us as a speaker. There are 4 major steps that you can take to guarantee alignment. And of course, there are a number of techniques that you can use to alleviate some of those actual symptoms. But I want to share with you today just one important step that you can take regarding the content level of anything you deliver so that you get more physically aligned. So if you're ready, here it is. But first, I want to say that it's important to remind you that people believe us if they think we're the real deal. When we're open in a way, in other words, that feels like the real deal. In other words, when we show us their heart. Or when they show us their heart. So I'm not sure whether it's your listeners or your attendees or whomever, but we've got to show positive intent right up front for them to believe us, to trust us. They need to know why we're there, why it's important, why what we're saying is relevant to them. Because if you start sharing right up front your honest intent, why it's important, and why whatever we're talking about is relevant to them, you're going to stand a much better chance of your body language lining up with your words. Ultimately, there's that train again. You're going to be sending the message that, hey, I'm open. And if you're open with me, I'm much more to be more open to you, listening to you. See, there's just a whole lot more involved that in terms of being open with your audience. But if you take that one piece of advice, share up front your intent, why it's important, and why it's relevant to them, it's going to go a long way in terms of giving you that impression, or giving others the impression that you are open, that you are honest, and that you are someone they're going to want to listen to. So there are a whole lot more things you can do. There are 4 steps. I've just shared the 1. But there are 3 steps. There are a lot of other techniques that we can use. I'm going to be talking about all of those at the live event, Learn to Speak Like a Pro, Speaking Mastery Retreat. Again, that's June 21st through the 23rd. And you can find it by going to www.learntospeaklikeapro.net/event. And I do hope you join, because I would love to see you on the inside. Have a great day, and I will look forward to coming back tomorrow with another tip, technique, suggestion for how you can turn some of those jitters, jumpiness, and heebie-jeebies into what you really want to be, and that is that passionate presenter.